Streaming live across the country, tackling the topics everyone is talking about online. Share, engage, and interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
Good Wednesday, everyone. Congratulations. You are halfway through the work week. I'm so proud of you. I'm Hillary Hunt. This is Newsfeed Now, a show where we're going to take a look at all the stories generating quite the buzz on social media. But before we get there, we want to look at some of our headlines, and also we want to thank our veterans today. A very happy Veterans Day, and thank you for the service and sacrifice, everything you've done for our country. We appreciate you more than you know, and you deserve every day. But we do want to turn to some election news this morning. The 2020 election, according to state officials and election experts, it unfolded smoothly across the country and without any widespread irregularities. But that's a stark contrast to the baseless claims of fraud being leveled by President Donald Trump following his defeat. After Democrat Joe Biden's victory, President Trump has sought to discredit the integrity of the election and argued without evidence that the results will be overturned. Republican lawmakers have said the president should be allowed to launch legal challenges, though many of those lawsuits have already been turned away by judges, and those that still remain don't include evidence of problems that would actually change the outcome of that race. And on Capitol Hill, the Affordable Care Act is once again at the heart of the debate in Washington as it faces its latest U.S. Supreme Court challenge. Anna Warnicki reports this is the third time the ACA has been challenged by the High Court, but today it was heard before the most conservative panel of justices the court has seen in decades.
After hearing arguments on both sides, the fate of the Affordable Care Act now rests in the hands of the Supreme Court.
The argument this morning in the Supreme Court is one that's deeply troubling to me.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine says Republicans and President Trump have made it their mission to end the ACA.
And he set his sight on it as sort of like Captain Ahab trying to hunt Moby Dick from the first day of his presidency. Why a party's top priority should be taking health insurance away from so many with no plans to replace it is beyond me.
Pennsylvania Congressman Fred Keller says there is a reason to go after the ACA.
What we need to do with healthcare in the United States is we need to create competition, we need to have transparency, and allow people to have choice.
Keller says whether or not the ACA is struck down, Congress needs to reevaluate the country's health care system.
Let's stop talking about coverage and let's talk about delivery of affordable care. Because all we heard about for so many years is how many people are going to be covered that weren't currently covered.
Kaine said the health crisis brought on by the pandemic showcases just how necessary the ACA is.
Millions and millions have been able to get through this pandemic better because of the ACA. This administration has pursued a one-way path to reducing coverage, and we don't need to keep going down that path.
A decision on the case is not expected until June. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Thank you, Basil. And a ruling isn't expected, obviously, for months, but there's still a lot happening in Washington from this case to the election. Let's bring in our Jesse Tenur, who has been joining us every single day. Jesse, we thank you so much joining us from D.C. But let's talk about that conservative majority. That was the big rattle for a lot of people when it comes to the ACA and a possible ruling that could come down the road, is the fact that this is the most conservative majority we've seen in decades.
Yeah, exactly. That 6-3 conservative majority is definitely what people were looking at ahead of yesterday's oral arguments. But even though a lot of times judges won't come out and say, of course, how they're going to rule, you can definitely look at their line of questioning and potentially predict where they could be falling on that decision. And there were two really interesting kind of lines of questioning made from more conservative justices that made it seem like this probably will not be enough to overturn the entire Affordable Care Act law, which is, of course, what these Republican state officials in the Trump administration have been hoping for. The first one was Justice Brett Kavanaugh. He's, of course, one of the three conservative President Trump appointees, and so there was a lot of eyes on him as well. But the way that he was asking questions, he was pretty skeptical of that issue with severability, which is that technical term for essentially saying, okay, the individual mandate has been changed. People now do not have to pay a penalty if they don't buy insurance. So therefore, that invalidates the entire law. That was the main argument from the Republicans that put forward this lawsuit. But Justice Kavanaugh was skeptical on that. And then just in the line of questioning from the Chief Justice, it made it seem like he was kind of growing tired too of having to rehash this issue over and over again, even though it was a little different since the individual mandate changed. There was a little bit of frustration there. And so even though there is this 6-3 conservative majority moving forward, and you could potentially predict how the justices could rule on some cases, this one is not looking like it could just be that easy 6-3 down the line split.
And obviously something that affects tens of millions of Americans, but also something that affects them is voting right now. Jesse, you know, a lot of these lawsuits that President Trump is putting forward seem to be falling through. Can you talk a little bit about the progress there? Because he's making a lot of claims, claims that people are saying are baseless claims, and right now they kind of seem to be falling through.
Yeah, President Trump keeps moving forward with these allegations, with these legal challenges. And even some of his most loyal supporters are growing tired of them too, because it seems like from what we've been hearing that a lot of them knew that they were baseless from the get-go, but President Trump wanted to pursue them, and so they followed suit. It has been interesting to see, though, some of his major appointees at the different departments, these secretaries, come to his defense, namely Attorney General Bill Barr, and then now Secretary of State Mike Pompeo as well, echoing President Trump's concerns. But yeah, I mean, even a report from the New York Times to cite them, they contacted election officials in every single state and found no issues of widespread fraud. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of as we go into the rest of this week, potentially where a lot of those claims land.
And lastly, Jesse, before we let you go, President-elect Joe Biden charging forward, saying this election is over. You know, what's his latest move? What's happening with him moving forward?
Yeah, President-elect Joe Biden surely isn't letting any of that stop him from continuing his work. We've already seen him put out, you know, a Biden-Harris plan for different things. Just yesterday, since you asked about the Affordable Care Act, he also gave a press conference with Harris about their plans for healthcare moving forward. And he continued to, of course, defend the ACA since it was passed when he was vice president in the Obama administration. But he also reiterated his intentions to expand on it as well. He was saying that he wants essentially a Medicare plan where even younger people can take advantage of it. And so he'll be developing that more throughout these next coming months, as well as he continues to build upon his cabinet and things of that nature, even though the transition in and of itself has been stalled, which could have ramifications.
Thank you, Jesse Tenur out of D.C. for us, always working hard. Thanks so much, Jesse. Now turning to the tropics, Ada remains a potential tropical storm, but a significant change in the storm's track as it looks to spare Alabama and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, which I know they're happy about that. They've had a rough year. Meteorologist Tom Gieboy joining us from Mobile, Alabama. And Thomas, now all eyes are on Florida and how it could potentially affect the Sunshine State.
Well, Florida is going to be impacted from this system. It is Hurricane Ada. So last night it was a tropical storm. We have seen some strengthening. And over the last couple of days, there has just been a ton of uncertainty because the steering flow, a lot of the different questions that we had are now finally beginning to get answered because Ada is working its way steadily to the north. It's moving to the northeast around 10 miles per hour. Currently has winds of 75 miles per hour. So still a hurricane as of the 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time update. But it looks like it's now beginning to move into more of a hostile environment. It'll likely weaken to a tropical storm before landfall on the Florida Peninsula, but it's likely still going to be a strong tropical storm, so it is going to bring impacts to the Florida Peninsula. So the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center takes it to just north of Tampa by very early tomorrow morning, then crossing the Florida Peninsula, most likely re-emerging into the western Atlantic. But even as it moves back into the open waters, the environment in which it's going to be in will likely lead to even more weakening, and by Saturday and into Sunday, this system could completely fade away. But we do have tropical storm warnings all up and down the west coast of the Florida Peninsula, stretching all the way down from Naples to just north of Spring Hill, north of Tampa, and you even have tropical storm warnings as far north as Ocala in Florida. So tropical storm conditions are expected there. On top of the rain that we could see and the winds, we are also expecting some storm surge on the western peninsula of Florida. Could see upwards of 3 to 5 feet in and around Tampa. And also with the rain bands associated with Ada, it will also bring the potential for tornadoes from Tampa all the way down towards Fort Myers to just west of Miami. And also, anytime you talk about tropical systems, they'll have the potential to drop a lot of rain. The Western Peninsula could see a lot of rain, and in the coming days, some of that moisture could even make its way up to the Carolinas, Hillary.
Thank you, Thomas. And Thomas, as a girl who's from Tampa, Florida, they have a lot of flooding issues. And so the biggest concern right now is that heavy rain that could come, that could, potentially threaten lives when it gets that bad.
Yeah, the winds almost kind of will be secondary. Of course, there's going to be that tornado threat and tropical storm force winds, but you're going to have a lot of that wind driving the water. And when you talk about 3 to 5 feet of storm surge, that's significant. And when you add even higher rainfall totals on top of that, that could cause some serious flooding in and around Tampa.
Yes, we hope everyone is safe as Ada approaches. Thanks so much, Thomas. Let's move on to talking about COVID-19 and how it's affecting the football season. The LSU-Alabama game, the Texas A&M Tennessee college football game, all have to be rescheduled and postponed. The Southeastern Conference announcing that over COVID-19 concerns. SEC officials had already postponed the Auburn-Mississippi State game on Monday due to an outbreak on the MSU campus. Now a reported outbreak on the defending national champions LSU Tigers has postponed their matchup against #1 ranked Alabama's Crimson Tide. It's the second LSU game to be postponed due to the coronavirus. No makeup dates have been announced just yet. And if you're planning on making some sliders to watch football games this weekend, check your romaine. Romaine lettuce that's been sold at Walmart is being recalled. The Centers for Disease Control says the lettuce sold under the brand name Tynemeria and Antle may be contaminated with E. coli. At least 12 people have been infected, 5 even hospitalized. The company said the affected products were distributed in 19 different states with the packed on date of September 15th or 16th. You shouldn't be eating that now. Ew. The states listed the CDC outbreak notice are states like California, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. So go get in your refrigerator. Now let's talk about some country music. One of my favorite cities. Country music's biggest night is here. And officials with the Cma Awards have obviously dealt with some big changes to the award show's history. Josh Breslow takes a look at tonight's main event in Nashville.
This year's CMA Awards will look a lot different than in years past. The event is not open to the public, the stars won't walk the red carpet, and for the first time ever, the ceremony moves away from Bridgestone Arena. If you fancy some Reba, one of country music's biggest stars takes center stage as host of the CMAs for the second year in a row. This time, Reba teams up with Darius Rucker, or should we call him Hootie?
This is Hootie's first time to co-host the CMA Awards, but this is an international superstar. You're going to be great. You're going to have a blast.
She's going to carry me. We're going to have a blast.
After more than a decade of hosting, Carrie Underwood will sit this one out. The American Idol alum is still up for the top prize, though. One person she won't compete against, Garth Brooks. After his 7th win, the reigning Entertainer of the Year took his name out of the running.
It's time for somebody else. Hold that award. Know what that entertainer feels like. And because they're all out there busting their butts.
Up for 7 trophies at this year's ceremony, Miranda Lambert leads the pack for most nominations.
It means the world to me. It puts a fire under me, honestly, to keep going and do more and do better.
One more than another Entertainer of the Year hopeful, Luke Combs.
It's an honor to just even be considered and mentioned in the same sentence as some of those people.
With a new name, Lady A, a staple in the Vocal Group of the Year category, hopes for their first win in nearly a decade.
I mean, to be honored really just validates that we're all working hard during this unprecedented time and doing the best we can with this wild world in front of us.
This year's show at the Music City Center will open with a tribute to the late Charlie Daniels. We've also learned that 2 artists who were set to perform won't be able to take the stage because they have tested positive for COVID-19. That's Tyler Hubbard with Florida Georgia Line and Lee Bryce. Reporting in Nashville, I'm Josh Breslow.
And let's bring in Alex Corradetti from our station in Nashville. And Alex, all eyes on Nashville when the CMA Awards are happening. But this year, obviously, so different because of COVID-19. But they're not letting them stop from all the entertainment being broadcasted.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here in Nashville, we actually refer, or I do really, as the CM Yays, not the A's, because it's such an exciting time here in Music City, because really we put the music in Music City here in Nashville. And we're so excited about this. Although there are some changes this year, as Josh mentioned, you know, it's not going to be at Bridgestone Arena for the first time ever, but it will be at Music City Center. There are a lot of things we have planned. The public, you know, it's not open to the public this year, and there is no red carpet, but we are still going to make a show of it here at WKRN for sure. I know that a lot of entertainers are still going to make the most of this as well. And a lot of people are really excited for Reba to be hosting for the second year in a row, but this time alongside Darius Rucker. So I think they're going to be a great duo from what I've seen them interacting. It seems like they've been having so much fun just preparing for this show. And I think that although there are a few changes this year, it's going to be probably better than ever.
Yeah, and I want you to dive into those changes a little bit more, because I'm a big country music fan, so I know how this works. Normally, there's all these parties, there's a lot of people there, but like you said, not at Bridgestone. And they're even, you know, making sure that people have been tested for the coronavirus. Josh mentioned 2 performers, someone from Florida Georgia Line who's not even going to be attending because they are taking those extra precautions.
Right. Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, as well as Lee Bryce, they are taking a step to the side this year because they've tested positive for the virus. And I think they're taking precautions as necessary for an event like this. You know, everybody wants to still have that same amount of fun, but also have that same amount of safety this year. So I know that there will be a few changes as well to who you'll see hosting this year. Carrie Underwood, she's been a big part of this show for the last 10 years, but she's actually taken a step back. She'll just be, you know, sitting in the audience this time, waiting. She's hopefully to win Entertainer of the Year this year, because Garth Brooks actually took a step back as well, and he actually took himself out of the category after his 7th straight win. So we're all interested to see who will take that home this year too.
I was about to say that because I've seen Garth Brooks in concert one too many times, but you know, to take your name out just shows, you know, just how much pride there is in country music. How he says he wants other people to win, he wants to give them a shot, because there is so much talent. I mean, Carrie Underwood herself, just unreal. So an exciting time for Nashville.
Absolutely. And, you know, Miranda Lambert, she's leading in nominations. She's got 7 nominations. And, you know, I'm sure she's going to take home a few awards tonight, but we'll have to see. I think the anticipation also on Veterans Day, you know, hopefully everyone can just come together for country music and our veterans of this country. And I think it'll be a wonderful event. And our coverage tonight starts at 6 o'clock.
Awesome. And make sure that you check out the website you're on right there for their full coverage. Alex, thanks so much. An exciting time for Nashville. Wish I was going to be there. Maybe I'll have to hop in my car and go check out the Music City. Thanks so much, Alex.
Absolutely. Come by.
Well, let's head out to the golf course, the green. Check this out. Have you ever picked up a small rock? I know I used to do this in Maine with my family. Skip the rock across the lake or the pond. Well, how about skipping a golf ball? Yes, you just saw that. Normally the golf balls sink. That pro golfer right there took it one step further. Jon Rahm, the top golfer in Georgia. A lot of them are right now for the Masters. Even though COVID delayed it originally, the 16th hole is famous for players in the practice round. They're skipping their balls across the water onto the green. Rahm did just that. Not skipping just 1, not 2, 3 times into the bank, onto the hole. Wow. Now that ball is on the edge of the green. You could see it. It went all the way towards the flag, and he's celebrating. Look at that. And guess what? I heard it was his birthday too. Tuesday when he did that was Rahm's 26th birthday. I didn't do that when I was 26. That's pretty awesome. So mad props to him. The 84th edition of the Masters begins on Thursday. A lot of people waiting for that. Obviously some changes due to COVID-19, but still exciting. And you know what else is exciting? Look at these. I want a new laptop. Apple unveiled some new products on Tuesday, a new line of Macs. The Mac Mini, that sounds cool, and the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, they all feature a new Apple silicone chip called the M1. These chips increase the processing power, the speed, the storage, and the graphic capabilities while running on less power. Thank the Lord, because mine always dies. The tech giant is moving away from other chip manufacturing, choosing instead to make them in-house. And before we go, maybe you want one of those under your Christmas tree. 2020 has been like not like any other year. What am I talking about? Now the Halloween is out of the way. Some people are starting to think about Christmas, you know, decorating for the holidays. Some say, why not? 2020 has been a doozy. It's been crazy enough. Greg Nito takes a look.
If today's snowfall doesn't get you into the Christmas spirit, perhaps the pad across from the park at Sherman and Wesley
3, 2, 1
will light you up. It's the pad belonging
kind of makes me smile.
to John Massenheimer
Kyle
and Jim,
who hung their lights quicker than you can say November 1.
had a couple cocktails that day and decided it was time to hang some lights.
2 flights of lights with a childlike flair.
It's the greatest time of the year, so we like to show it off as early as we possibly can.
This trio, not surprised, an increase in Coloradans are following suit earlier on the calendar.
This definitely is going to help us maybe realize that we need to go earlier than later.
Over at Ace Hardware, Ace is the place with the helpful Christmas light guy.
As soon as we started getting them up, they've been selling.
Manager David Michoud says lights are starting to sell lightning fast.
It definitely seems like there's a more of a demand this year than in previous years.
He suspects customers cooped up by COVID are finding freedom in fresh air.
Putting up the lights is going to be a great way to just kind of increase, your sense of happiness and well-being.
And there is plenty of tradition at Sherman and Wesley.
Hi, Mom! Hi, Mom! And Mrs. Claus.
Where John, Kyle, and Jim
We're definitely going to need to get some more lights for the rest of the house.
remain the life behind the lights.
We need to kind of come together as kind of one group and realize that Christmas is, or the holidays, I should say, bring everybody together.
Let's bring in Chris from Denver, Colorado. Chris, every time I think Denver, I think Christmas, because when it starts to snow, it just puts me in a good mood. And I mean, I couldn't have said it better than that guy. He said, the holidays bring everyone together. Why not start decorating early?
Listen, I couldn't agree more. Let me point to Exhibit A. We've got our Christmas decorations up already in the studio here in Denver. Why not? And here's the point. It's not just folks buying Christmas lights here in Colorado. They're also actually putting up the trees, decking the halls, trimming the tolly. We have tons of our viewers posting pictures of the tree is up. I think basically, wouldn't you agree, this is a year where we need a little Christmas, that spirit. So they're getting into it already. The snow is falling. The trees are up. We're ready to go. How about you?
I'm waiting for the snow to start falling here in Arkansas. It's been a little too warm, but I mean, I have seen people start to put up Christmas decorations. We have a coworker whose dad has decorated the whole garage, and I don't think it's ever too early. People have been battling about this. Put up your tree, get in the holly jolly spirit. Maybe you need to put up a Hanukkah bush, whatever floats your fancy, but I think we all need to get in the spirit.
Whatever works for you. I like your buddy who's got the garage decorated. That's
he puts a little train up.
Either way, it's happening out here.
Good. I love to see that. I think that's why I love Colorado so much. Always in the spirit. Chris, appreciate you joining us. Everyone, get in the holiday spirit. It's
Happy
Wednesday.
Holidays.
Happy holidays. Yes, I love it. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Merry early Christmas. I can't say it enough. I said it yesterday. Just get in a happy mood. I'm in a happy mood. I hope you are too. I hope you have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.